Okay, yeah, we should be live. Peace to the family out there in the world. Real quick pop up tonight. A quick pop up tonight. I know a lot of people got questions and that they could go right on the channel and see. Let me put blue pill on here. Blue pill, Swiss blue at.
Big brother
Hey
Blue.
Blue, do you I gotta get Sharif thing and Blue, you got that itinerary on you for the weekend festivities that you can share with the people? Okay.
I mean, if you give me like screen,
I could probably share screen too. So.
All right, we'll figure it out. But listen, fam, let's get this thing started, man. I want to shout out to everybody. A real quick pop up. I'm with my brother Blue Pill and King Simon. We are prepping.
Indeed.
We got the Stone Mountain hike happening this Saturday. So shout out to everybody who's gonna be coming into town this weekend. You're gonna have a very good time. You're gonna have a lot of fun, and we're gonna raise our vibration. King Simon, Blue Pillar. Oh man, y'all ready, man? What's going on? Y'all ready?
Woof. Man, I'm still in New York. I'm ready.
And that is a very wonderful. Oh,
yeah,
are
Blue?
you finished, brother King Simon?
Oh
yes. It's for you to be, because you're sitting at what we deem to be the empire or the head of this particular union, you know, sitting in New York, what we call up north. But New York is actually down north because New York is sea level. We are up south, and we're going to be on the highest peak of the upness of the South when we join as a family and we ascend the mountaintop. And you know what, ascending the mountaintop, the gravity of it has recently hit me, that we are fulfilling the mandate of the king himself. Shout out to my brother King Simon, but we are talking about Martin Luther King, Mikhail, right? That his mandate, the only thing that he requested for the sacrifice that he gave, so that we can sit here and have the audacity to be able to contradict and call out caucasity when we see it on an international global stage. We are in the precipice of a moment of change right now. This has never been, the weight of the moment has never been heavier. And we have accepted the task to fulfill the mandate of the man with the dream himself. He said, make it to the mountaintop for me. That's the only thing that is required of the sacrifice that I have given with my blood to make sure that you are able to enjoy the spoils of the citadel, or the city, the shining city on the hill known as Atlantis, the shining jewel, the crown jewel in the crown of this union by way of the South. There will be no South without what was not only spoken out of the mouth by the king, but also the sacrifice that he brings and the blood that he spilled for us to be able to say, I have made it to the mountaintop.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Blue preaching, y'all. Blue preaching.
Pablo is there.
So the gravity of the moment, yes, has grabbed me in the personage of Pope Pablo, because yesterday's ceremony, epilogue 119, was just so poetic and rhythmic, because it spoke that the echoes of the past spoke to the modernity of the now, and it signaled a message to the priesthood. So when I spoke to Dr. B earlier, and he said, brother, I'm gonna be in preparation because I haven't been called forth to do an assignment on Sunday where I'm utilizing a methodology that I said, bro, I identify what you're speaking about. He's utilizing multiple layers of visualization techniques and kinesiology to make people sentiently feel how to go into the subconscious realm and delete the envelopes that are part of your subconscious that have the programs that are malware. Said, brother, the gravity of this stronging is revealing itself to me. The immensity of the assignment that we have accepted to act as stewards for our people. When I read the sermon yesterday and we got to Genesis, then we got to Revelations. I went to Revelations 22:6 because there was no 622, but there are 22 books of Revelation. And they said that since we're in the end time, I went to the last book in the entire Bible, which is Revelation 22 on the 22nd of June. And I went to 22:6. And do you know what it said, good brothers?
What it said, brother?
What it said, brother?
And as it said in Genesis 6:22, to open up yesterday's epilogue, we went to Genesis first. So in Genesis 6:22, it spoke about building the ark. And it said, on the ark, double up with all things, so mote it be. So I called yesterday's sermon, so be it, so be it. And then when I went to Revelations 22:6, it said, good brothers.
Yes, sir.
It said, so as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. The people will be merry, drinking, wise, and none the wiser as to the coming flood. And the people who are on the ark will be the ones who are able to sustain the seeding of the new covenant.
Mm.
And that is the mandate. Once again, us fulfilling mandates. That is the mandate of the people required to be the 144,000 chosen to see New Jerusalem, which is a golden city with immeasurable measurements because it's a golden cube and it's measured at 144. So, because 144 is the square inch that goes into a square foot.
Right.
So with that being said, family, yes, the gravity of the moment is really weighing upon me. And today I went to the King Center and I stood in front of Coretta King and Martin Luther King's gravesite. And in front of the home of the Dream Wall, I made a proclamation that we will accept the assignment of coming from the streets of Harlem and representing the energy and the footing and standing in the shadow of Malcolm. But here in the South, we also will edify and complete the unfilled works of Martin and understand the shadow that we stand in. Here in Atlantis, that there will be no shining city, no citadel, no city on the hill, no crown jewel of the South without the blood that was spilled on April 4th, 1968 on that balcony in Memphis, the Memphis of the Eve consecrating the Memphis to the West where the Kings go to.
Indeed.
So yes.
Yo, Blue.
We are in it. Yes.
Yo, Blue, I'm gonna tell you what I want to do when we get to in New York. Check it out. Listen, Blue. Check this out, Blue. I got as soon as I hung up, it came to me. As soon as I hung up the phone with you earlier, it came to me, Blue. So we doing Stone Mountain this Saturday. You know how me, you, and Keys was on the phone talking about the whole wellness thing, the whole wellness movement.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be. I'm telling you, me and my family gonna be in New York in the middle of July. And I know you and your brother going to be in New York.
Yes,
me
sir.
and you was talking about some things earlier. We need to meet up. We need to meet up on 25th at the spot. And we're going to jog. We're going to do a jog to the obelisk. We're going to jog. It's going to be live stream. I'm going to have the GoPro, whatever, attached on me. We're going to jog. Listen, everybody's going to link up on 25th. It's about we're empowering and we're teaching wellness. We talked to Keys, a whole movement coming through, but we're gonna go from 25th to the obelisk and back. It's gonna be live stream. The shit is gonna be bad fun. We're gonna be jogging. If you want to be in shape, come through. We're gonna have more details about that real soon. But
this is gonna be legendary.
Are you able to do it with us, King?
What weekend y'all coming in? Okay, what y'all coming up?
I'm not sure yet.
Let me know. Let me know. I can do it because it's taking me back to when Dr. Khalid ran through Harlem back in the day. See,
Khalid?
Yeah, he did. He took the FOI through Harlem from 125th all the way up, son. I got the picture.
Wow.
I'm looking for the picture right now. So I'm trying to find the picture.
That's going to be fire. Blue, what street is the obelisk on? That's on like 77?
80. It's on 86, between 86 and 84. The entrance is 86, but it's like on 84th. Right behind the Metropolitan Museum, perpendicular to it. This is Cleopatra's Needle, the twin of this obelisk, y'all, because obelisks were always dualistically placed at the entrance of temples, and the twin to this one sits in the London in the wherever their town square is, where they have that particular obelisk. That's the twin one to that. And then there's one that sits in St. Peter's Square of the Vatican that's also associated to that particular you know,
Right.
family of columns. So yeah, you know, but just let me just add this little piece on real quick, my good brother, and I want you to get the Dr. B's of the world and the Youssefs to expound on the aspect, and also the brother that does the breatharian work from Miami, because he speaks about, and Isaiah also speaks about the tachyon energy, the fact that the obelisk is made out of granite, but it sits on limestone, right? And granite is what's best represented as your skeletal structure. So when you put pressure on the granite, it creates a piezoelectric reaction, and you're able to utilize the antenna to turn it into a scalar situation. And you can go through multiverses. The way that you impregnate the multiverse with your intentions is to utilize the obelisk as an amplifier and an antenna to laser beam your focus. And yeah, you know, these were some of the methodologies used by myself and some members of the younger craft when we were really drilling the intent of this community into the multiverse and offering our vessels as fulcrums. You know, the change needs to come through, and for a new rhythm, you know, because the elders, like I told you earlier, they were very reluctant to go to the obelisk because that obelisk had been dedicated in a very public ceremony by the Masonic Lodge in the early 1900s. And this was at the time when Seneca Village was somewhat of a, you know, a ugly story. And that was their pinnacle accomplishment of taking that over and putting their ritualistic obelisk, represented the phallic energy, and that had floated on the ocean when they sent over the Temple of Dendera as well. So they had stripped down a temple to the feminine goddess, and they stripped down the obelisk, and both of them was dedicated in Masonic ceremony. So inside of that temple, Dendera, that's where they do the Met Gala ceremony at every year to extra charge up, you know, the ceremony desecration of our main temple. That zodiac on that ceiling is older than every narrative that they're over here pushing.
Beautiful. See, Blue could give you the history and all of that. But yeah, family, it's gonna be, you know, we're gonna be doing a lot of you know, traveling. The big one is in 2027, the Kemet. Going to the, you know, the King's Chambers and the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid. That's going to be the big one. I hope y'all do not miss that one. Make sure y'all sign up for that. I'm going to be promoting that real soon with some commercials and stuff. But listen, family, I don't want to keep y'all too long tonight. I just wanted to give y'all some updates. I'm going to start with let me start with Blue and Red, because Blue and Red kicking it off on Friday. So if y'all happen to be in town on Friday, there Friday evening, there's a meet and greet from 6 to 10 p.m. at 488 Edgewood Avenue, and that's gonna have Brother Sharif, B-Dell, King Simon, and Vicky Dillard there. So anybody coming into town early enough and got time, make sure y'all pass through Friday. That's gonna be
Real
at
quick.
Yeah, go ahead. What you said?
As today we have been confirmed that Dr. B. Sears will also be joining us at Friday's meet and greet as well.
Okay, so So listen, family, don't say I didn't tell you. Take a picture of the screen right now.
Take down
Edgewood Avenue. Sharif, B-Dell, King, Vicky, and Dr. B will be at 488 Edgewood Avenue. Now we're gonna go to Saturday. So the main event, Stone Mountain Walk Up. We're meeting at 5:45 in the morning. I don't know exactly when it will end. It might end 10, 11, 12. Not sure, but it's a morning event. From 10 to 2, there's gonna be a brunch at 640 Evans. 2 to 6 workshops at 488 Edgewood. And then Red and Blue got something going on at 640 Evans Street from 7 to 12 a.m. I also want to give, because there's a lot of things going on. That Saturday also, Brother Sharif got something going on. Where's this at? Let me put this.
Take that banner off, Rich. Seneca Village, the banner that you have, so people can see. Yeah. There you go.
Hold up. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Yeah, so he got the Bioenergetic Qigong Intensive Spinal Polarity, a 2-day real Qigong intensive workshop. That is on Saturday and Sunday. He will be at 4765 Highway 78, Lilburn, Georgia 30047. The name of the venue is the Wellness Vibes Therapy. Saturday from 1 to 5, he will be touching on sexual alchemical transmutation Qigong. Sunday from 4 to 7, he will be touching on microcosmic orbit and pineal gland activation. Both sessions include a Reiki infused sound bath. It's $55 for one day, $100 for both. The brother's information is on the screen. Once again, take a picture of the flyer. Family, there's options. You got a lot you could do. The main event, the Stone Mountain event, that's free. But outside of that, things were created because the family comes into town, and a lot of times they want things to do for that weekend. People are not from the city, the state, and they just want to explore the town. So you got options. You got Brother Sharif, and let me share one more with you.
Dr. B on Sunday also. Yeah,
I got to get Dr. B flying in a little while.
I have the flyer too, but
let me just share this one real quick. The brother Jeff said there will be a sacred cacao. How do you say it? That word is cacao?
Cacao.
Yes.
Cacao ceremony. That is on Saturday, June 28th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And this is at 568 Pool Place, Southwest Unit 1. That is the west, and that's in the West End section of Atlanta. Family, if you're gonna be, it's Little Weekend New Diamonds. Shout out to New Diamonds and the chat. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options to do a lot of things. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best to hit up some of the spots after the Stone Mountain event. I'm actually just to give y'all a heads up. Cambada's coming into town, and me and Cambada's gonna be working on. We got an album dropping in December with Loaded Lux Part 2 to Manifest Destiny. So I will be in the lab this weekend. I won't be out too much, but I will be in the lab this weekend. But I'm gonna pop up at some of these events and say what's up to the family. But Cam will be in town, Loaded Lux will be in town, and we're gonna be doing our thing.
I got Dr. B's flyer behind if you want to share that screen, brother.
What you said? Okay.
I got Dr. B's flyer just in case you want to share the screen behind.
Okay, let me get rid of this.
There he is. That's his flyer. Yeah.
All right. So Dr. B family so Sunday. Yeah. Dr. B's event is on Sunday, June 29th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that is at 7850 Stonecrest Square in Stonecrest, Georgia.
Yes.
That's going to be a group subconscious alignment. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's going to be dope. He was talking about that on my show the other day, y'all. We was talking about that on the show the other day. All right. Wow. So many events, y'all.
Yes, I'll be with him there too. So
many events. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pass through real quick for that one.
Yeah.
Real quick.
What's good, bro?
Let me just finish explaining to them Saturday what's going on. Then we got a Sunday itinerary as well. Me and Red are doing a smoke and stack theme joint activation at 488 Edgewood.
Yeah.
The first hour of that from 7 to 8, we'll have a comedy night with hilarious Melanin B. If you guys know her from right, the viral clips on the net,
That's my girl.
What is it, baby? How it going?
Yeah, she's something else, yo. Respect. Especially with that throat chakra. You got that throat chakra all tight.
From 8 to 9, we'll have a Cambada album listening session because we also are completing a secret project with the brother. And from 11 p.m. to 12 a.m., the sounds of DJ Skywalker will be holding it down. The next day on Sunday, I will be doing Mineral Ministries at 11:11. I found 2 locations on the King's property. I might do it right in front of the King Wall, and I also might do it at the King Center. But we also have access to the balcony on 488. So the activation will be in that area.
Okay.
I want to announce a special guest, but I haven't got it confirmed yet. But I'm working on something very special, people that will be beyond epic. After that, there's going to be a brunch from 12 to 2 at 640 Evans, and then workshops from 3 to 8 p.m. at 488 Edgewood, and then from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., Red and Sharif have an American Gods lecture. So, I mean, this is a whole long list of activities. And like Brother Rich said, with me as well, I'm going to attempt to show my face in as many different activations as possible. I really want to experience Dr. B's activation. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity to get intracellular level reprogramming with aspect of full integration of kinesiology that only a genius such as Dr. B can concoct a methodology, you know what I'm saying, to present to us in a short pocket of time. So these are like quantum sessions, y'all. Choose wisely. You have a plethora of options, but what you will walk away with after this strong end is solar activation and a totally, revamped idea about how to roll forward and roll out with your manifestations and intentions. So I feel so excited for y'all.
And wherever y'all run into me at, I'll be doing numerology for 10 minutes, numerovation 10 minutes. Every time wherever y'all see me at, I'm going to be doing what I do, for certain donation. That's all.
Blue, I know y'all got something going on that Saturday, man, but I really, really need, I don't know how we going to work it out, but I really need you and Red to come through Saturday night to lay down some tracks, you know?
I won't miss that. I'm swinging
and I
through.
need y'all to come through Thursday if possible. You know, it's got to be a lot of music made. I'm putting music first in this.
I know.
It's got to be a lot of music made and behind the scenes footage for the YouTube channel. A lot of behind the scenes footage for the, so this,
I'm ready for the moment. I will rise to the occasion. And again, I made my proclamation. I'll put the post up in a little while. I'm here for it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to activate and make it all happen. This is a magnanimous moment. And thank you for the opportunity again for this level of activation to give us all what we need. Post this, the things that just happened the other day. I don't even want to talk about it, but glory be to the Creator that yes, we all in a wonderful world, and we all, we have the blessing of borrowed time. Do something with it that is so bold, that is so, audacious. You got to live up to the equal of what the caucasity is. They outside stepping like, what does our fortune favor the bold look like? We got a dream, a dream that's bigger than this lifetime.
That's right.
Allow and give yourself the permission to dream that big. These are those times. You feel me? We are on borrowed time. There's nothing left to do but to stretch it out.
Exactly. And you know what's so funny? I read a scripture. I thought about you when I read the scripture too, Pope Pablo.
Yes,
I read a scripture at the event at the venue at LIU right before I started. And I read Matthew 10:30-31. It says, God knows everything about you, even the numbers of hairs on your head. So do not fear. So do not fear. There is no fear in our hearts, brother. So the Creator knows who you are. The Creator
and today,
knows
when I made my proclamation in front of Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther King, I said, let freedom ring. And the evidence of freedom is the absence of fear. So we march forward. You feel me?
Yes.
That's freedom. Free yourself from fear, and everything else shall follow. I promise.
That's the truth, man. I went through it this May and went through it this month, man. And I'm telling people, man, it can break you, but you got to overcome the fear. It's the truth. Even Brother Shabazz was one of my intervention elders and angels while I was in New York, and really helped me, bro. Believe me.
Salute to Brother Shabazz. You know, this again, this cycle of fellowship of people who have healed themselves and helped others heal,
right,
and have been helped by others in their healing and have given back that help to others who need healing, in this continuous cycle of what community represents, and this whole aspect of the etymology of church meaning the circle. And they say, oh, conscious community just like church. I would beg to differ to say, yeah and no. We are creating our own church, our own community, but not around dogmatic scripture, but around communing, around fellowship, a collective love for our creator, irregardless of name, description, title, or whatever, right? We know what we love is opposite what they represent, and you know who they is.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So who is the fortune with? Who is the providence with? Who is the blessings with? You know, do you have faith to step into the unknown and not be fearful of it? Because everything that we seek is on the other side of the unknown. So we should be rushing to it. But again, if people are trapped by fear or crippled in their pain body, it's very hard for someone to step in faith because their body is all they think that they have. So they're holding on to it. I let go of it a long time ago, and that's when it started serving me.
Right, right. And you know, funny that, you know, no, I didn't even know that Brother Shabazz was a certified meditation counselor. Mental health certified. You know, that's another thing that he does, and we really need to bring him to Georgia one time to make him do what it do. Brother Shabazz needs to come to Georgia and feel the energy.
Oh, Brother Shabazz, right? Brother Shabazz from New York.
Yeah, I told him. Yeah, he need to come out there, man, because I didn't know he was a certified meditation instructor.
Yeah, he told me.
Yo, I couldn't believe he was dropping some gems, man. He helped for those people that've been through drug addiction and all of that. So Shabazz is a master number 11. He born December 11th. He's supposed to do what he do.
Indeed.
Man, I love it.
Yeah, he helped me out. Shout out to Shabazz. He just had the event, the Writers Block in New York. Shout out to that brother. I want give me some questions in the chat. Family, give me some questions in the chat for this weekend. We're really looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be an amazing weekend. Like I said, we're going to keep this thing going, family. Somebody in the chat.
People been calling me too and texting me and calling me like crazy.
Coming from Detroit, I'll be there. It'll be definitely. Shout out to everybody traveling. A lot of people traveling from out of town. Yeah. Is there anyone accepting vendors for massage? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Sharif. In his event, I'm not sure about Red and Blue.
Red and
Blue. Yeah.
You can email me bluepillar44@gmail. Or if you want to DM me on Instagram, I will see, you know, what event will honor that service, because I'm sure that service will be needed, especially after the mountain. I would actually say if you want to set up at the base of the mountain or halfway, that would be a very smart idea.
No, I don't want that not on the mountain. No, I don't want people to turn that shit into a zoo at the mountain. No.
Okay. Because we're gonna be tight. We're gonna be moving tight, moving together.
We got security. I don't want that. Not at the mountain. No.
Right.
Yeah,
I spoke to him today. We are gonna have bodies and bodies of people. So my apologies on that. But we will definitely see if there's a venue that you can offer your services in.
Indeed.
Chair massage, of course. The chairs. That's all you can do. You whip out them tables.
You gotta be careful with your massage folks, man. Y'all be on some, you know. Gotta be careful with y'all. Y'all motherfuckers is freaky.
No.
I done heard shit, man.
Not all of them.
Heard shit, man. I don't know about the massage motherfuckers.
The chair massage is good. It's all right. Chair massage is good.
No, I'm messing. Just hit a blue pill though, sis.
I went to school for massage, so I know. If they license, they got to protect their license, so they can't do nothing crazy. So that's really real deal. I'll tell you that.
Somebody said Stone Mountain at 5:30 up top, right? We're gonna meet at 5:44.
5:44.
At Stone Mountain at the walk-up trail. So once you get to the Stone Mountain, they're gonna tell you, you're gonna see all the cars. It's impossible not to find us.
Yeah,
if you get there, I'll tell you that the line is gonna be hundreds of cars there. So you're gonna know where you're going, and everybody's going to the same spot. So yeah, 5:45 in the morning. We'll probably wait at the bottom for about a half an hour. Then we're gonna make our way up to the top. I want to make it to the top before the sun go up. There's nothing. It's an incredible feeling climbing that mountain during sunrise. An unforgettable feeling. One time I went with Blue and we was climbing up the mountain after the sunrise, and in my mind I was like, shit. I was like, damn, I want to make that sunrise. So it's an incredible feeling, family. Incredible feeling. Y'all gotta be there. Yeah. Let me see. How's public transportation in ATL? Not the best. You gotta have a car. What you think, Blue?
MARTA is pretty effective if you are traveling within the perimeter, which is considered, the inner city. Mm-hmm. Inside of the city of Atlanta, you can get around with MARTA, but for the outer skirts, you want to carpool, or find a way to get through, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you catch the wrong surge, the Uber be hitting out here. So just try to coordinate your movements. But Atlanta is really a car city.
Right.
Even though it has traffic issues, or if you know someone with a car, coordinate with them to move around from A to B.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to New Diamond. She coming through. She said, are you going to be at the meet and greet, Rich? I'm going to probably, I want to make that comedy show.
Yeah.
Me and Cam that's going to be dope. And I'm going to have the cigars with me, family. If anybody wants to tap in, I'm going to bring cigars.
I need the cigars at the meet and greet, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to bring them.
That's a major part of people relaxing on that particular day. I envision how I want to have some things set up, and I'll speak to behind the scenes. But we definitely need to start rolling out product and putting it in front of people and embellishing their experience. And that cigar is definitely part of it. So
dope.
You got a top shelf product, and we want to offer it as part of our top shelf experience. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, we all have multiple tasks to strong in, and we're working in service of community. But like the brother said, also, the endeavors that we know these moments call for, such as the crystallization of music in this moment, when there's so much that has to pour out of us as artists.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just going to be so amazing, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
So amazing.
A lot of people, what's dope? I'm going to tell you what's dope. When I do these events, gathering the masses, people come from so many different parts of the globe. There's an individual is coming from Kenya.
Yep.
Kenya. Yep. Do you know where Kenya's at? It's halfway across the world. They're coming from LA, Detroit, Canada, Mexico. I mean, wow. The family is going to be there.
Ghana too, man.
Ghana too? Yeah, Ghana.
Hit me up on WhatsApp from Ghana. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing.
And England and UK, they coming through.
Yeah, England, UK, all of that.
Right. If anybody, y'all can go to my Instagram, and I want y'all to take a snapshot of the Dr. Blair prayer, because I definitely want to say it on top of that mountain, because that prayer is definitely for what's going on around the world, so you can maintain your mind and keep your mind right. So definitely, I got it right there, pinned to the top.
Let me ask y'all, Red and Blue. Somebody said, is it a rough hike for people with knee issues? What y'all think? What you think?
I have continuously seen people come to that mountain and speak about knee issues, and my wife is saying she'll verify, and they end up on the top of that mountain somehow, and they be like, not only did I not have knee issues, my knees feel better. I mean, again, we could run the poll and we could ask the chat, but this is what they always come back to us and tell us.
You know what I think, Blue? I think going down is harder on your knees than coming up the mountain. As weird as that may sound, it's different parts of your muscle that gets worked out going down. And I think your knees get impacted a little more when you're going down than when you're going up.
That is definitely impactful going down to a degree, but it's also part of the endurance. And the story of that is you have to take your time going down, and you have to be very methodical about how you descend things. And it's the same story in life. To dismount is everything, especially with relationships. We build up relationships and we don't understand how to properly dismount. So we break and crack things. And that's the same thing that people's approach towards coming down of the high of a mountain, and you're doing it without care and consideration for your bones or for what you just undertook. Take time with yourself, have grace with yourself. The mountain is a metaphor for what time and patience can ultimately become from a pebble and a stone.
Right. Also, having a staff to help you along the way is good. A cane.
Good point.
I'm going to act, because even I have to protect my knees from martial arts injury, so I do wrap my knee every time I go up there. So you got to always be cognizant of what are some of your weak parts of your body, and you got to make sure I wrap it. I have a whole knee band on the bottom of my knee with Tiger Balm ready if I have to. You know what I'm saying? That's my sentiment. Disaster preparedness. That's how you got to think, or you got to move. So it's not that is that dangerous to the knees. It's just how, like Brother Blue was just saying, it's how you do it. Going up and take your time. We're not rushing nobody. We're not rushing you to be up there on top of it with us. You can take your time. Wait, how old was that lady? She was like 75 years old. Came up there with us.
80 plus year old ladies have made it to the top of that mountain. 90 plus year old men have made it to the top of the mountain, up and down, when the firefighters could not. And no disrespect to the fire department, but we remember that 9/11 on the mountain when they were all on the side of the mountain, beat and exhausted, and our people were running down the mountain like they was running through a daisy field, because the experience on top of that mountain was so uplifting. And it's almost like we got kissed by the face of the Creator, because we opened up clouds and brought the sun out. And there was just, and it was just a very revealing moment for people about the power of community and the power of frequency. So I run down the mountain and I run up the mountain with no shoes on. You know what I'm saying? The mountain gives me a whole nother energy. And I'm like, that energy is available. So I would imagine it's that same pocket and envelope of energy that makes people kind of youthful when they go up that mountain and come down it. I see them more youthful when they get off that mountain.
Yes, and that's a good point. We feed off each other's energy. It's like when you go to the gym, you could go to the gym by yourself, and you could go to the gym with 5 other people, and I guarantee you would do more push-ups, more sit-ups, lift more weights. You'll do everything more if you go with that group of people, because everybody feeds off each other's energy. So with all the people there with the drumming, I think that unless it's like an extreme condition, I think that our people are going to be fine. Like Blue said, so many elders made it up last time, and it was amazing.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I've done it 11 times already.
Blue with the what's up, Blue?
And it's funny that you mentioned that about the gym. I learned in the best way possible, the support is a steroid.
Talk to me, man. Come on, man.
Support is a steroid. It's a natural stimulant steroid, because it gives you this amplification and this gas, and we're talking not the gas guzzlers, but that EV gas, that electrical gas, right? That clean gas. And that support is a steroid. When someone sees you as God and they allow you to be yourself, you got this, God. Nah, you got that for real. You see me doing? Yeah, I see you doing that. It's easy. And then it becomes easy all of a sudden. You'd be like, yo, that was easy. So what have I been missing all along? Confirmation. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, on the namaste aspect, that true support is like, if I'm God and I see you as God, I can only be God if I see you as God. So we should always be making one another stronger, or showing and carefully pointing out maybe where those flaws do exist to bring a person to picture perfection. We never know what's going on, was running in the back. You know what I'm saying? But picture perfection is we're still a very visual, cinematic people. So if neurocinematics could trick the brain and give it an Oculus Rift, if the brain can't tell the difference between a moving picture and cinema, then the picture perfect aspect of what we do through symbolism and demonstration should also be sufficient enough to create change in the mind.
Super facts. Super facts.
And I'm glad that day going to be a universal number 7 day, man. So that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful.
What that mean, King? What that mean?
7 is that highly spiritual intuition and intuitive number that you got to resonate. And remember, 7 is always pointing you up, pointing the way. If you look at the symbolism of the 7, and it's the number of introspection, but also deep meditation. And so when we get up on top of that mountain, whatever is being said, whatever meditation, look within yourself so you can manifest, because also the 7 is a law of attraction number. But you have to be creative and productive and be in harmony with yourself and the universal order of things to make sure that 7 manifests. Because at the end of the day, when you add the 6 plus the 2 plus the 8 plus the 20, 25, it breaks down to the number 16, which is a number that says you need to plan or you plan to fail. So that's why the creative aspect and that 16, that 1 and the 6 deals with that creative, assertive, and that balance and the need to find harmony. And the 7 is directing you to spiritual understanding, spiritual growth, and spiritual development. 7 heaven, baby. Talk about it.
So allow me to bring harmony, Brother Rich. I was speaking to you earlier about the fact that you are 7 of clubs. Right. I'm a 6 of club, right? And I have that process with the fact that my wife is also born the same day as you.
Yep.
Y'all are like my spiritual twins in that respect, because without y'all communicating, you balance one another up with the conversations that both of y'all have with me, that nobody else on this planet can talk to me like that. Right? So she can explain to you what the 7 of clubs aspect represents, coinciding with King Simon said about the 7 energy, since you'll be consecrating your station in this community as a visionary and a leader, because you made it to the mountaintop at a time when our king has been taken down and replaced, attempted wise, a new one. And the people came out and said, no king. But I told y'all on January 20th what he was about to do. He ritualized King's Born Day, or that, MLK celebration with Inauguration Day. And they're attempting to switch him out because they're saying, who is defending the dream? The dream has to be redeemed. Are we still dreaming? Are we dreamers? They said that hope is more important than happiness. Studies show we have to hope again as a people. Hopiate has to be our quote unquote dopamine. Can you please, baby, speak to the 7 of clubs energy?
7 of clubs are the spiritual teachers, the spiritual leaders. Our superpower is our voice.
That's right.
We are the truth tellers, and people don't always like what we have to say, but they need to hear it.
Exactly.
Blue Dreams coming?
Yes, I will be there. I will be there on the mountain.
Excellent. It's so funny. All the odd numbers say what they mean and mean what they say.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
You connected to that. So that's especially when the 7s show up. You know what I'm saying? 8s could be the argumentative number. They like to hold a good argument. They'll keep you there with it too. They keep you right on it. I did a reading with a sister named Cinnamon, and she says, out of all the different birthdays, September 17th was one of the birthdays that came up as my soul connection on this realm.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I got Virgo placement 3 times in my chart.
Wow.
So I got a lot of Virgo with me.
Well, it's always a good vibe with you, King.
We all of y'all.
Your readings have done so much for her, to give her clarity, understanding her powers, her walk, her assignment. answer questions that I couldn't, you know what I mean? And again, I'm able to see what the power community is able to entail, because that's not a threat to relationship if another man is, you know, aiding and assistance.
Exactly.
And your better half getting to know herself better to make your union stronger.
Exactly.
That's how services in the community actually supposed to work. So again, you know, that having the opportunity to see what the other side is willing to create global skirmishes over, and saying, do we have the same audacity to be willing to stand and defend our love and our honor for family?
Right.
In our dynamic, have the audacity to stand tall, have the audacity to think bold, have the audacity to speak loud, have the audacity to love unapologetically.
Yes.
These are the times that we're in. We are on borrowed time. Use it up. You feel me?
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get to did Blue Dream want to
Oh,
add on some more? She good?
She good?
She said AA is a 7 of clubs as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. He born November 13th.
Right, because he born 13th, the day before us, as the 6 of clubs. Right. So
that's right.
We all strategically, coincidingly connect. Again, this is the background frequency that operates numerically. This shows where the connection is. The graphic user face is this physical form that we represent, but the back office, the OS that operates the program, that's the numbers that's connecting us to show us that, you know, we're just pockets and nodes of energy, like we said, meridians or ley lines connecting as master nodes, just bringing in, you know, a whole global network of nodes that are activating in their respective place and becoming master nodes with other people that they overlap and connect with.
Somebody said, you know, the history of that mountain, Shadow Cat. Were you talking about Stone Mountain, Shadow Cat?
Yeah, they talking about the negative history, but not the indigenous history before the
yeah. We know the negative. Yeah, we
already know the negative history. We already know it. We about to knock all that out, man. That's how powerful we are, because the ancestors are calling us to come up here.
That don't bother me one bit.
Don't bother us at all.
We have numerous times.
I'm literally 5 minutes away from the ancestral burial ground in Stone Mountain, but they won't allow us in because somebody owns the house. They made a very small little space for it, but those trees keep on talking to me. And I know that when we climb up that mountain, we're knocking off a lot of that energy that's been put on there, but the original energy is still there. So don't worry about that old history, that European history. Worry about the indigenous history of that place. That's the history I'm working with. I don't care about them.
The ring.
I never even seen their carving. I don't even know it. I just see it on pictures. I never even went to look at it. I just stay focused on the indigenous stuff. That's it.
Dusting them cobwebs off.
That's
right?
it. Just them
higher
cobwebs.
Energy oscillates the lower frequency. As long as we are able to create oscillation amongst us as frequency orientated beings, then it phases out any lower frequency and dissipates it like blowing of a dandelion.
We got the power.
So yes, please, a word sound power, family. Let's speak with intention. And again, freedom rings when you move without fear. So trust me.
We got the power. We got the power, bro. Stop playing.
Indeed. Let me see. Somebody said, what time does it start? You must have came in late. 5:45 a.m. 5:44. Excuse me. Don't get blue, man.
Don't mess up with blue,
man. 5:44.
My hair for blue.
5:44 a.m. family. This and like I said, I've been saying this on the previous shows. Family, if you come out to meet us at 5:44 in the morning, God bless you, family. I don't know where this is going to take you after this weekend, but there's something special about you if you're willing to link up at 5:44 in the morning to go climb a mountain. It's a certain level of dedication that's in you, of wanting to know, wanting to discover yourself, wanting to raise your frequency. It's just, there's something special about you. And if you can't make it, I'm not saying there's nothing special about you. If you can't make it, I'm just saying those who choose to accept this invitation and is willing to climb, Shout out to all of y'all, man. I wish y'all the best after this event as well, man. It's a beautiful thing to have this level of discipline to link up at 5:44 in the morning, family. They say we can't come on time, black people. We're gonna be on time this time. We're gonna be on time. We're gonna be, yeah, somebody coming from Nebraska. I tell you, it's all over the world, all the states, everywhere, y'all. It's gonna be a beautiful gathering. Kenya, England, Canada, Cali, New York, Georgia, Florida. Is anybody coming from the islands? Haiti, Jamaica? Anybody from the islands?
Definitely.
Shout out to the islands. Let me know if East St. Louis. Shout out to you. Colorado. I want to know where else are people coming from.
And don't be afraid to carpool with people, man. After you get off the mountain, carpool with them, man. And just ask and talk and let's go. Let's move, man. Get it. Well, nobody should be left behind, like the Marines used to say. No man or woman should be left behind. Period. Not like one time we gotta pay attention to what's going on in our sphere, man. You gotta make sure.
Look how beautiful this. Hold on. Check this out. Ain't this is some beautiful thing, right? I was about to. Blue told me I was cursing too much the other day. Blue's like he's the police. He's the profanity police. So
I used to do that to somebody we know.
I gotta be careful. I let out one too many NIGGAs. He's the Pope, so I gotta be.
I used to do that to somebody we know back in the day. Yo, you cursing too much,
Blue
bro.
called me and chastised me, so I gotta be on point. Yo, check this out, y'all. This is beautiful, y'all. Check this out. East St. Louis, Colorado, DC, Texas, Chicago, DC, North Carolina, Philly, North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina, Detroit, Virginia Beach, the illest nigga from Nebraska. That's a movie reference, y'all, if y'all don't know. Charlotte, North Carolina, Arkansas, coming from Houston. Jesus Christ. What have we started? What have we started here? This is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Richmond, California, Fayetteville, North California, Pittsburgh, PA, Memphis, Tennessee, Compton. Y'all gonna what's that? Y'all gonna start crib walking. Oh man, Kentucky, Detroit. Man, listen, it just goes on and on. Las Vegas, yo, this is absolutely incredible.
Salute.
Why y'all ain't tell man? Oh my God, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Bro, I called you today and I told you in the streets, it's the talk of New York. They coming in
New York, bro. That's crazy.
In these streets of Atlanta and New York, when I was up top, they was, yo, son, it was buzzing in New York. But for every event that I go to out here, it's the talk of the town. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is making it, yo, I'm gonna see you on, everywhere I go. So I'm hearing it, it's buzzing. And we're gonna be able to conjoin so many family, we're gonna be able to bring together so many walks to conjoin in this particular one walk to see that we do walk as one. We are all responsible for one another. Like Simon said, no man left behind. By me evoking the word military, don't get scared. I'm saying that we move militaristic now as a unit because once again, we know that if we can show ourselves that we qualify as community, what does that mean? We have shared values. Then with all this open land, we could build community. I went to a place today called Triller Studios, which is the people that were coming from Hollywood to do movies in Atlanta. They just decided to build a community around the movie studios. And this is where they shot Black Panther and everything at. It's in Fayetteville. And a brother that's a client of ours, he's 16 years old. He's a screenwriter there. And, I went there today to see his summer camp, with all of these creatives that are creating content that we ultimately will be streaming on our network. So I've just been blessed to be in so many places and circles, just meeting this like reservoirs of creatives, like people that just are just bursting with. They got so many stories they want to tell. And I'm like, with all of this new age, all of these tools, and just there's just so much promise for the future. And I just want to be Paul out of the Galatians, spreading the good news that we have so much promise in front of us. I don't want anything happening on a global level to dampen the brightness of what Summer 25 represents for us as a community. And don't let them hijack the tone. You know, when you got your chin up, they want to interrupt. Don't let that happen. Keep your chin up.
Somebody said, what part of the mountain do we meet up at? We're gonna meet up at the walk-up trail. Like I said, family, as soon as when you get there, there's gonna be, it's gonna look like a rap concert. And I'm bragging, yes, I'm bragging, but I'm also serious. It is going to look like a rap concert. There's going to be it's impossible to miss, family. Do not worry. We are meeting at the walk-up trail. When you get to the entrance of Stone Mountain, there's going to be a gate where you pay for parking. I don't know if it's $5. People are saying 20. I think 20 is I don't know if it's 5 or 12. I'm not sure.
15 to 20. Yeah, 15 to 20.
But when you pay for the parking, everybody's going to be there. Just tell them, people, where's the walk-up trail? You can ask anybody, and they're going to tell you. Yeah. But family, we're going to be there. Let me tell you something real quick. A little story I want to share that just came to my mind. Somebody said, yeah. Hold up. Somebody said 6,000 years is up. Yeah. Damn sure. Yeah. It's that time. When I was about 28 years old, 29. No, it was 29. Because I was going into my Saturn return. And people was telling me, I'm an 8. I represent Saturn. I'm an 8. And people was telling me about the Saturn return and how it was gonna get me in line with things I needed to move forward. It was snowing very hard in New York one night, Blue. Very, very, a huge snowstorm. And I was walking. I just had a studio session with a young dude named Kev Skrilla. You met him before. And we wrapped up the session, and I went out for a walk after the session. And I was just thinking, my life was in a place where, my mother passed away about 2 years before that, prior to that. And my life was like just so drastically different from what it was 7-8 years ago. And I just wanted something to be symbolic for me, to represent where I was going in the future and the change I was going to make. And I picked up this stick, Blue. I picked up this stick in the middle. It had a bunch of snow on it, Blue. And I brushed the snow off. And I just said, this stick is going to remind me one day of where I was at when I was at a low point. And I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to be thankful and appreciative for where I was at in the future. And I picked up this stick, and it reminded me of a serpent. There's like, it has like 2 slits. You can't see it on the camera. And then it looked like it got like a little mouth on it. So it reminded me, it was like my little serpent. It was like my little serpent. And I kept it since I was about 29 when I entered my Saturn return. And, Saturn taught me a lot. I had to clean up my diet a lot. My diet was real bad after my mother passed away, and I had to clean up my diet. That's one thing that got fixed. But there was a couple of things. But just want to share that story. I'm going to bring this with me to Stone Mountain. I want to bring this with me. I haven't bought it outside in a long time, but I'm going to bring this with me. But I'm just thankful to be at where I'm at right now with Blue Pill, King Simon, and the rest of the global community linking up. I didn't say Atlanta. Did y'all hear me? I didn't even say the country. I said the global community, international.
That's right.
The world. The world is linking up on Stone Mountain, 6:28, 5:45 a.m. I think it's time I bring my serpent with me.
Everybody should bring something symbolic that they want to remember themselves of where they was at their lowest moment. That's a good symbol right there, brother. Whatever and let's release it. Let's release and hold on and remember. This is now you're up on top of the mountain. Now you could transmute that energy on top of that mountain. That's a crystal there, quartz crystal. Transmute.
Yeah,
that's right.
Definitely.
And what you are speaking about is a memento. You have a totem. You have a memento that to you represents a moment in time. So it's a measurement of time, it's a memento, and it's something, once again, that consecrates that particular experience, that moment, but also it holds intention because you use it as a measuring stick to say, look how far I've come.
Yes.
And I was speaking to you earlier about a story when me and Ann Pooh came back from Serpent Mound. And when I came back from Serpent Mound, it was 2010. I did a lecture here in Atlanta with Griff. That's when we first did the Fear of a Black Amor Messiah. That's when I spoke about Drake. That's when I released the information about Drake. But I went to the Serpent Mound to get the download. I found a stick there, and I brought that stick back. And that stick is what I utilized on June 25th, 2010, in front of the Metropolitan Museum on the limestone steps after we did a ceremony at 1:30 a.m. The mothership came out, and I was utilizing that stick to communicate almost, because it felt like a serpent, like the serpent staff, like it could literally turn to a serpent. I was really in my imagination with that experience because I couldn't believe what was happening. But, I got witnesses, and they was like, bro, you was like in a beam for like 2 hours getting downloads. And do you remember Lynn? Of course you remember Sakim, King Simon.
Yes.
So Sakim and Lynn was there, and Lynn took pictures of it, and there was a famous photo. It went around for like 2 days, and then she said mysteriously she lost the camera. I'm like, come on now.
Wow, really?
And with the show, she took the picture when I was under that particular frequency, and it was lightning coming up through the limestone. So, these are ancestral technological amplifiers. You know what I'm saying? That we use architecture as technology. We built our science into everything, and everything can be used. Especially when we understand our field and we're generating a current. So the ability to be on this crystal quartz with all of us intentional, this piezo electricity on top of piezo electricity.
Yeah.
Resonating, a resonance with instruments and intentions and singing a new song. Oh, we're about to change the world 1,000,000 times over.
We knew that when we all walked up that mountain together. Me, you, Red, Blue, all of us, and we made that declaration.
I forgot when I first got down here.
Yeah, me too. I just moved it.
I forgot about that. That's dope.
That's right. And then that truck came up with the 44 on it, the 44 on it. That truck came up.
The white truck. Yeah.
When did that truck come up? When was that?
It was a truck that drove up the mountain that time when we was all up there, me, you, Blue, and we were making our little meditation and declaration.
Right. Okay, yeah. That
His name was Dennis. The guy name was Dennis. He was from Mason.
Masonic ring on, right?
Yep.
And the truck had the 44 on it.
Yep. Yeah, he was a Mason. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Let's see. We gonna know. I don't want to keep the crew too long tonight. It's gonna be a very. Oh, by the way, tomorrow at 9, Yaya will be there, family. Yaya made her her debut appearance on the channel about a month and a half ago. She will be at Stone Mountain, and she will be on the channel tomorrow. The show is gonna be fire. It's called The Apocalypse of the Heart. It's gonna be fire. The Apocalypse of the Heart tomorrow 9 p.m. with Yaya. So yeah, she will be there. Stone Mountain. Like I said, so many people are gonna be there. It's gonna be beautiful. But let's take a few more questions, and then we're gonna get out of here. I want to thank King Simon and Blue Pill for such a late notice. I called them about the show. Thanks for coming on tonight and just touching base with the people, giving them an update. Any more questions? Any last questions before we get out of here, family? All right. Let's see. Yeah, Dr. Deuce said, damn, I might drive down. It's 14 hours. I was going to go to Mount Sugarloaf, but I want to get up with the crew. Yeah.
Sugarloaf.
14 hours. That's dedication.
Yeah.
That is dedication. That is definitely dedication.
Worship.
All right. Well, let me see. No, that's let's see. I said, where's a good place to lodge at nearby? You could Google it, and
yeah,
the best places will come right up. I don't know off the top of my head, but
yeah, definitely in Stone Mountain Village or around Stone Mountain, anywhere around Stone Mountain, man. Because you got country. I forgot the name of that place. They got Fairview. Anywhere, I'm telling you, you got a whole lot of hotels or Airbnb around there. So please just Google up and get it all together and come on out, man, and just be there on time. Because we gonna do what we got to do down at the base, and then we're gonna start moving.
Somebody says stuck in my bread for the Egypt trip. Yeah, Dev, get your bread together, family.
Oh yeah,
the Egypt trip is going to be well worth it. Like I said, some people were saying that they seen, and I just want to let y'all know. Some people were saying that they seen another tour that was cheaper than Billy's tour. When I tell you, family, that Billy got access that nobody ain't got access to. Billy is paying off people that places that you'll never. The party alone we're having is almost 100,000 that we have to pay for it. There's only one other person on the planet who had a party at the Giza pyramid. You see the great, listen, we're partying, right? We're dancing, and behind us it's not CG, it's not artificial intelligence. It's going to be the pyramid right behind us. The only other person that did that was Robert Edward Grant, and he's a billionaire. He was on my show one time. Robert Edward Grant, he's a billionaire. He was on my show one time. He's the only other person. People ain't throwing parties at the Great Pyramid, y'all. The rappers would have been doing it if they could. The rappers would have had a ball filming videos there. You're just not doing that. So the access we're giving you, the all-white party that only a billionaire pulled off at the Great Pyramid, you're not getting this anywhere else, family. You're just not. The access to these entrances and just trust me, family. I'll do my promoting on that I'll get hyped and I'll do my promoting on that another time. But for now, I just had to say that because people were asking. I'm like, do you know we're gonna be partying at the Great Pyramid?
I put the link in just in case. I put the link so they know. You know?
Listen, man, ain't nothing like it in the world. But like I said, I'll get hype and promote that another time. Right now, it's about Stone Mountain. Let's see if we can get to one last question.
Blue, what intentions should the people bring to that mountain, man? Tell them.
Somebody said, I'll be good.
Go ahead.
We will definitely be moving into Cancer season. Cancer deals with emotions. It deals with the mother. It deals with home. Cancer is the sign, according to Aquarius Maximus, where melanated people will fall under the Cancerian sign. Very emotional people, tethered and tied to their mother, and we're separated diasporically by bodies of ocean to people that we may be related to, either directly or indirectly to some degree. So with that being said, I would speak to directly with the sister maybe coming tomorrow and speaking about the apocalypse of the heart.
Yeah.
Matters and issues of the heart, in order for us to move forward and build back melanated family, which is the only thing that can rival whatever we're up against. We have to deal with matters of the heart, healing the dynamics of masculine and feminine, bringing back into balance what we need to be whole again and to ring and resonate that bell of that crystal in that mountain to create a new reality, because you can do it through sound, you can do it through incantation, but you could do it with setting a new tone and a vibration with our resonance. And what is the resonance? The beautiful music of the spheres. What's the music of the spheres? When I move amongst you as my brethren, and I move amongst us, the sistren, that our spirits are not abrasive towards one another, that I have a love for you in all four chambers of my heart, and I'm not faking it. So the auric fields that are now coalescing and connecting, we're creating a stronger light, a stronger force field, which creates a stronger sound and a stronger resonance. And again, it's he who has the strongest resonance gets the ear of the creator to be heard. So at a time when things are so thin and people are praying for peace and they're crying to be heard, but a lot of people have lost hope and they're in fear.
Right.
Here we come with love. We go to the front of the line, but we can, again, we can occupy the mantle of the people who have promised to fulfill the mandate. And again, a king has already sacrificed to you, and the only thing he wants to return is for you to make it to the mountaintop and then the promised land, as was promised. And
Right.
this sounds all metaphorical, but sometimes it could be as simple as of us stepping in the actual recitation of the ritual and doing it and see what comes from it. Have some faith.
Indeed.
And big up to New Diamond. She wants to cut up at a club.
Yeah, I just seen that. Where's that at?
Diamond want to cut up.
Where's it at?
Yeah.
The juke joint. Y'all gonna be boogieing it?
We got the juke joint activation, but we also have a business partnership with KOD. So if you want to get shuttled to the script club, I mean, they was doing sipping paint last time I went there, bro. It was different.
It was different.
But they were doing sipping paint.
Sipping paint.
And there's nothing like seeing them paint and bucking
the bodies.
Hold up, Rashida, you was with me. Am I lying?
No.
KOD, sipping paint.
Strippers.
And scrippers.
Strippers
and hot wings.
Paints and canvases.
Wow. All that.
I used to do paint parties, so I know that's interesting.
Family, I'm telling you, as the Pope, trust me when I tell you, and she is my witness, there's nowhere where I go where they don't want what we have to offer as a community. You know what I'm saying? We are not the misfits or the hermits. We are the ones that they're looking for. They like, yo, are y'all coming back? Can you bring friends?
Oh.
They want knowledge too. Yo, they done seen everything else is played out.
So I seen hold up, Blue, because I keep seeing people somebody said, do we have any research on Stone Mountain formation from Africa colliding into America? I seen a couple of people post this. I don't know. Yeah. Then somebody said, I was reading that Georgia was once connected to the African continent. Well, you got any information on that, Blue?
Blue taught on it before.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Blue taught on it before.
Yes. Not only Georgia, but also Alabama. They have geological evidence, especially based on the flora and the fauna, but also on the rock formation, that when this was Pangea and it broke off, part of it was connected to, what's going on this edge, on this side. So yes, that mountain was once part of a larger system, but that mountain, again, underneath the mountain, connected through, let's say, the planetary nervous system, if you will, or the ley lines. I got a lot of phone calls and inboxes after our last ley line show. And people are just pouring information on. And they're like, you know that joint connects to 16 other mountains. It's nonstop. The information that I'm hearing, we ultimately may end up writing a book about the info that has been unearthed. And again, these are the things that happen when you start ringing the bell and dusting off the cobwebs. The light starts coming in, new information starts surfacing, and the true magnanimous nature of the assignment and the mission becomes that much more clearer once you understand that you are dealing with cosmic technology, almost like a spaceship, but a crystal, a quartz, that people who are crystallized in their consciousness are now having the ability to come together and congregate as community and amplify their intentions.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
please,
glad you
family,
said
bring
that.
all that knowledge.
I'm glad you said that, because if people have read my book Numerology, you'll realize that the number 28 is the number of promise and possibilities. So come there with promise and possibilities in your mind. And it's also known as a divorce number, telling you to divorce yourself from negative people, negative situation, negative energy, and come and bring that energy. Come and bring the love energy, the love frequency, the alignment of that. I mean, that's a power. It's gonna be a powerful day. All the numbers are powerful, but something about Brother Rich and the days that he picks. Rich always is.
It comes straight from my heart. I tell you, I follow my intuition. I don't really go into the numerology. I leave that up to y'all, and I check with y'all. But I just go with my intuition, man.
You know, it's so funny. 28 adds up to a 10, which is a number 1, and 1 rules the heart in numerology. See? 1 is a heart number, so you be on it. So I'll be like laughing.
Yo, you know what I want to say real quick? You know how some places we just feel like it's just like some people you meet and you just feel like you got a connection with them, and you be like, damn, I might have known you in the past. Like some places you just feel like you might have a connection with, and it's weird because you never been there. So like I tell you, like I really want to go to Iceland. I don't know why.
Yes.
And South Africa. I got a yearning to go to South. I feel something. I feel some extraterrestrial presence in South Africa that I gotta connect with, y'all. So when you said the Africa thing in Stone Mountain, I gotta make my way to South Africa sometime soon, and I gotta connect cosmically with that piece of land, the southern tip of Africa. There's something there waiting for me. So I gotta shout out to all my South Africans, y'all. I'm gonna be there within the next, I would say, 5 years. I'm gonna go to Egypt in 2020. By 2030, I would say 2030, I'm gonna try to make it out to South Africa, y'all. Yeah. But yeah, Iceland is on the list. The Northern Lights, Iceland, yeah. But just wanted to throw that in there, y'all.
Nah, you said that before. I remember you said that. And I know I did the numbers. I know it resonated with one of your numbers. I didn't break it down. I know it resonated with one of your numbers. So that's interesting that you even want to do that. So that's interesting.
With that being said, Blue and Kick Something, do y'all want to say anything before we get out of here? Oh, one other last thing. Because everybody's asking about Stone Mountain. Somebody says Stone Mountain is from 300 million year old lava. Rod Hayes does talk about that.
He does talk about that.
Volcano, and I'm sure the rest of them. So it's way deeper than the clan family. This is what I'm telling y'all.
That's it. Way deeper.
It's way deeper than some dudes. And I don't want. I'm watching my language because I don't want
some dudes
50 or 100 years ago
that wrote something.
They was doing some evil activities up there, and we're aware of that. And I'm not trying to downplay it. So thanks for bringing it up. But are we talking about millions of years old? This mountain that they say used to be a volcano.
Yep. Man. Some say there's giants on the mountain. Some say there's giants under the mountain. So you never know what's going on. Our sailor used to say there's giants under mountains. Yeah, I remember he used to teach that back in the day. So hey. Whatever we're gonna do, we're gonna make it happen.
So to wrap things up, Blue King, what y'all got anything to say while we wrap this up? Let the people know.
You want me to go first, or you want me to go first, Blue? Or you go?
Yeah, go first, please.
Yeah. So I know you Pope Pablo, so you're gonna do what you do. Family, just make sure y'all come on out with the highest and wisest and greatest intentions, man. Again, the universal day is a 7, man. It's all about 7 heaven. We going up there, big up the blue pill all the time with that meaning, and it's all about introspection, where you're going, because it's a manifestation. It's a law of attraction number, as Lloyd used to teach too, and it's about really connecting internally, but also learning to connect externally. And remember that 28 that we are going on is that divorce number, the symbol of promise and possibility. And then we're doing it in the 6th month, which is the 6 of balance and harmony and love and truth and justice, reciprocity and beauty. So just come up on the mountain with those good intentions, man. And then we should have a great time throughout the whole weekend, because it's going to be a powerful weekend. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Blue.
Absolutely, family. www.connecttoyourcity.com, and also download the Yapit app, YAPIT, You can get paid to post. We'll be doing a full demonstration, I think, on Friday at the meet and greet, just to showcase some of the new technology and opportunities that the family coming into town can go back home with, knowing that, you know, we do have access to solutions and abundance, and we're so happy, delighted to share it with you. What else? Goldwater.com, GOLDEWATER. Also, I'll have food on deck, probably 7 Heaven as well, just to make sure when the family touches down, that once again, everything possible that we can do to give you high vibrational experience so you can get highly attuned and go back to your area and high tides lift all boats. And
That's
with
right.
that, thank you for the opportunity to world change with you all. Peace.
Yes, thank you. And I'll be there for the numeration for all of y'all, man. So you know what it is. Let's have some fun, man, and stay motivated.
Let's definitely have some fun, family. Once again, I'll be on tomorrow, 9 p.m. with Yaya 777. Thank you, Blue Pill. Thank you, King Simon. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for this brief pop-up. Signing out, family. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.